2K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the exciting season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Round one of the Daybreak Classic is about to begin. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. Alongside me in the booth is Rich Beam. It's great to have your company on 2K Sports, but following all the action out on the course is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. Let's get out to the action. It's a terrific day weather-wise. We're expecting all the action to be just as hot. Can't wait to see what happens out on the course. Second shot here on the first. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Oh, a 12-footer. Love to make a few of these today. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This putt's going to break to the right.
Oh. An opportunity to make a par here. He's currently tied for third. The second at Pinehurst number 2, Rich. Tee it high, let it fly.
It's a big hole. You want to aim it at that waist area down the left-hand side. And from there, your second shot to a green that sits slightly above the fairway and plenty of runoff areas all around.
Standing over his second shot.
Went straight down.
Wow, what a shot. These putts really add up at the end of the day, right on 12 feet. Ooh. And this one is for his par. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot.
And what could have been with that putt. Luke could have taken the lead. Not to be.
Watch this one break. That's very well judged. Inside the range.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
The third hole is another par 4 here at Pinehurst number 2, but not a long one.
A driver not required, just anything to put your tee shot in the fairway. Second shot will be shortish in length, but again, a green that has runoff areas in all kinds of directions. Still a good birdie opportunity.
Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. This is a lengthy putt here. And he's down there. You got to read.
A huge right to left swinger.
So close. And this putt coming up for his par. And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. The fourth hole is a par 4 with an elevated tee shot.
Your tee shot through a little bit of shoot there. Fairway cambers from left to right. Next shot, straight back up the hill. You got a little bit of room out to the right-hand side that you can use to bank your golf ball off of and get it back on the green. This is a daunting prospect of a hole.
This shot coming from around 220 yards. Opting for the 5-wood. Well, a little off the target with that one.
Airmailed the green with that approach. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, this would be a great par putt if you can make this. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 22 feet from the cup.
Ah. 5 feet coming up to the cup. Just 2 shots back after that hole. The par 5 fifth at Pinehurst number 2, one of the signature holes on the course and a real indication of the quality of the architecture.
Yeah, Corin Crenshaw did a fantastic job here. Fairway does camber from right to left. And from there, second shot back up to the hill to a green that tilts from right to left. And oh, do not miss your next shot to the left. Don't do it, because it's just going to keep going and going until it's gone.
This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway. 1 win so far this season. Looking for number 2 here today. Well struck. Now just 1 over par. Oh, that's the hands of a surgeon. Lovely touch. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
This for par.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Over to 6 we go, Rich. The first par 3 here at Pinehurst number 2.
Yeah, not too much to this one other than the fact that you've got a minuscule green here and you got a lot of runoff areas into both bunkers, right and left. Difficult to find the surface in one. Par is going to be a good score.
Going with the 5-wood. A wonderful shot. Well played. A chance for birdie here at the 6th. This for second on the leaderboard. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And it's a 1-stroke par 5 for our leader over the field. As you begin the 7th hole, a par 4, angles are of the premium.
Yes, dog leg from left to right. The longer the hitter, the more of that dog leg they will cut off, reducing the hole in size, which will be helpful because you get to go into this raised green with such a short iron.
That's tidy. And this shot from about 150 yards out. Only one shot off the pace. That was a bit of a miscue.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
Even for the day. Currently tied for second. Didn't that look good for a long time? Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
This looks like it's going to go left.
Ooh. Just 3 feet to the cup. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. And he'll drop down to 1 over for the event. The 8th hole at Pinehurst number 2 works his way back up the hill.
Only the longest hitters are going to be able to find this green in 2, but if they want to keep it on this green, they're going to need a little bit of luck here because this green, no bunkers surrounding it, but there are very few flat spots around it. If you want to make birdie, you better have a keen short game.
Opting for the 5-iron. He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
This now, his 3rd shot. And only one off the pace here. Putting for bogey. And he's down there. You got a read?
It's a little tricky to see. It's not a straight putt. There is a bit of right-hand movement at the end.
Sitting at a couple over for the event. The 9th hole at Pinehurst number 2 continues to feature a green that has so much going on, whether it's crowned or domed, but there's a lot of slope.
And there's a lot of slopes running into some bad spots, isn't there, Luke? Front, you're going back into the bunker. Long, you're going into a bunker. Try and hit it out to the right-hand side into a little flat, safe zone. Take your 2 putts and go on from there.
Going with less club.
That's disappointing. Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker. Okay, safely on the surface, a chance for a putt to be holed here. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
Can he save his par?
A bit too much pace on that one. John, do you have any info down there?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Colin Morikawa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 2nd.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. The back 9 at Pinehurst number 2 starts with a par 5, Rich.
Straightaway par 5, Luke. Most players not able to reach in 2. Second shot, you must lay up to a really good number where you can maximize spin with your wedges in order to control the spin for your 3rd and hopefully get it close and make a birdie.
Rich, it's cool to see Colin Morikawa back right near the peak of his game, isn't he? He came out in such an explosive manner, put a couple of majors in his cabinet, and then has just found that game again. He's found that groove.
Yeah, he's robotic light, but that's not the way it is. He's tenacious. You know, he's one of these players that he's out there grinding it day after day, week after week, and enjoys the grind. And it pays off, obviously, because he's a multiple winner, multiple major championship winner. He loves the grind. He loves being out here. He loves the competition, and it shows. And you know, when you're playing alongside him or going up against him trying to win, you're going to have that tenacity. Not going to be a whole lot of chatter, and that's how he likes it.
He's cool, calm, and collected, isn't he?
He is. That's exactly right. Cool, calm, and collected.
And he needs this to save par. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Well, if he holds this, it'll be a solid 19-footer.
Was that a rush of blood? Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
Some damage limitation. This one for a bogey.
In she goes. Let's head to the next.
Man, shit, that's how it goes sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some, you feel me? And I'm gonna have to shake back on that next one, you dig?
Par 4. Again, it's not length, it's accuracy.
Most definitely. Fairway does pinch in there just a little bit, so players are going to have to decide whether they take driver or just a fairway metal. Second shot, again, to a green that is raised up above you, floats away on all sides of it, but this is a more realistic birdie opportunity.
That got a little out of control, I think. Time to pick up our coverage out at the 4th.
Setting this one up about 100 yards out.
Okay, time to return to the action. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Putting for a par here. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
A slight break to the right here.
That's disappointing. Putting for a bogey. And unfortunately heading in the wrong direction on the leaderboard after that hole. This incredible collection of par 4s at Pinehurst number 2 continues here at the par 4 12th. That's nicely done. That's some good golf right there. 7 feet to the cup. That's the way to bounce back. Good way to make up for the bogey at the last. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The 13th hole here at Pinehurst number 2, Rich. Just another one of these beaut par 4s.
Another one of these par 4s where you got to find the fairway somehow, hit a fiddly little cut with a 3-wood or a driver. Again, second shot back up the hill to a green that is domed shape. You need to make sure that you leave it below the hole here if at all possible. This green gets scary fast.
And back to the play, shall we? Hope it gets a good kick to the left. Looks to be making tough work of this hole. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here. And he's down there. You got a read?
Right to lefter, up the hill. Can be positive with this one.
A par putt awaits. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. Rich, we're standing on the 14th tee, and you feel like there's a chance just to get after one here.
Decisions to be made. Do you take driver and try and fit it around that fairway bunker, or do you take 3-wood and lay it back of it? If you take driver out, you're going to have such an easier second shot. 3-wood, a much longer shot, but there is room to bounce this golf ball into the screen, not as severe on the edges as others.
Choosing the 9-iron here. And he's safely on the green with that shot. 14-footer.
This for a birdie.
And down it goes. Let's head to the next.
John, what's going on out there?
Hey guys, we're checking in with Colin Morikawa as he gets set for his next shot here on the 7th.
And as we look at the leaderboard, our player out in front is leading by 1. Well, this wonderful finish to Pinehurst number 2 truly starts at 15, the par 3.
Visually, probably the most challenging shot players will see all week long. There's just a wall of grass, and none of it is flat right in front of you. You don't see the flat portion of the green necessarily. You just see the runoff areas, and usually your golf ball is in one of those. This is so difficult from a visual perspective.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. Currently at 6 over par.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
On the tee now, the par 4, 16th. Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. There's been action all over the course today. How about this highlight at the 8th hole? Well, I wonder what happens with this approach. Let's return to live play now. Lining up from about 230 yards here. Just a little off with the accuracy there, unable to find the green.
Yes, just a bit outside there, Luke.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
I don't know that you can give this enough break off the left-hand side. Whew.
Overcooked that one. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Trailing by 8 strokes now after that hole. The penultimate hole at Pinehurst number 2 is an absolutely delightful par 3 with some wonderful history, Rich.
I cannot look at the 17th hole and not think about the shot that Payne Stewart hit in there back in 1999. It was just glorious. And when you stand on that tee on 17, that's the only image that you want to have. It's Payne Stewart swinging, balancing, finishing it. Oh, it was artistry at its best.
This is his second shot. And he's got it onto the green, but still outside the range. Bit of work left to do. Big par saver coming up for this fella. Ooh. 11 feet left to the hole. And down it goes for consecutive bogeys.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Now playing a little defensively.
The closing hole at Pinehurst number 2 works its way back up the hill to that famous clubhouse.
Blind tee shot here for these players. That's the difficulty here. Just pick a spot in the distance and give her a whirl. Second shot up the hill slightly, but do not miss it too far right or you'll find a low area for your second. Anything missing up to the left-hand side could kick back onto the green. And dare I say, finished with a birdie.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This would be a great up and down. Well, these are the pressure moments that can define a season. A putt here to make the cut. John, have you got a read on this one?
Pretty sure this one's moving to the left.
That's all right. Still time to make a couple of pars or even a birdie or two out there today. Unfortunately for our featured player, that will end his event. He's below the cut line. There are still players out on the course, but it looks like he will not be sticking around for the weekend.
Man, y'all already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Getting to the cash on that grass, slinging it on. This time we ain't make no cash, you know what I'm saying? We actually came in last, you know what I'm saying? Real fast. But it's all good. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be alive. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I got to just, you know, win some and you lose some, you know? CUT, that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, at the daybreak, end of the daybreak, I was cut.
Where it went wrong, so you don't make
it
those
was just ugly out there.
Week or the following tournament.
The greens was like little hills and shit, little small areas for the green. It was real professional out there.
I'm Luke
You know?
Elvey. We look forward to your company next time.
You know, I got to get better. Just got to get better. So I'll catch him on the next year for that little daybreak.